and welcome, fam, to the Dr. Mumbi Show. My name is Dr. Mumbi Saraki. How you doing? How's everything going? I really do pray that you are well in all your ways and that you are living your best life. Thanks to every single person that has subscribed to the channel. You guys are amazing. I'm on this old school thing. It's like I'm in quarantine denial, man. Even like, missing my team for real, who'd just be setting everything up for me. But anyway, this just might be the new normal. But, I wanted to come to you with a prophetic update about China. Now, we've seen how over the last week, the Chinese actually kicked out hundreds and hundreds of African residents that were living in Guangzhou, China, after the government started circulating propaganda that foreigners were now bringing into China the coronavirus, and there was a second wave of the coronavirus. Now, first and foremost, there's been a lot of debate of how many people actually lost their lives in Wuhan. We've seen a lot of the Western press questioning those figures of like 3,000, some saying that the death toll could have been in the millions. Who knows? But we need to be aware that, collectively, especially with the silence of our governments, we need to be aware of the nature of China and the fact that our governments have totally sold us out to the Chinese agenda, and that's why the Chinese feel they can treat black people anyhow. And this reminds me of a story that I shared with you last year, where someone got in touch with me from China, and they said that the Chinese were actually being taught that they were the saviors of Africa. I mean, basically what the Chinese government has done is they have taken the white supremacist manual or the Nazi manual, if I can go that deep, and they have copy-pasted and replaced, white supremacist with Chinese supremacist, and they are copy-pasting their plan across Africa. Now, we saw before the economic collapse, so in a way, thank God for this economic collapse, and, war is on the horizon, fam. We've just seen the divided states has launched something like a $20 trillion dollar case against, China. Italy is also talking of seeking, war crime damages basically from China for the coronavirus. I mean, the whole of Europe, they're thinking it's China that came, that brought the virus to the world. Trump has even called it the Chinese virus. So the fact that we saw in this, in the last week, our brothers and sisters being kicked out of their apartments, having to sleep on the streets, some are even pregnant women, fam. And the silence of our governments tells us, I mean, we've known it for a while, but really tells us we have a serious problem and we cannot sleep on it. Because what China is doing is China has implemented the police state. They have already implemented the New World Order, and if you look at their social credit system, where, if you, depending on your social credit, you can either leave the country or you can't, or you can leave your province or you can't, or, if you have a low social credit, you can access certain, government, services, etc., etc. They have a surveillance system like no other across China, where literally their facial recognition is on another level. And there's so many videos that have been done on that. So it's really, really important that you just acclimatize yourself with that, because it is the Chinese that are setting up 5G, masts across Africa through Huawei. And the reason a lot of our African governments have agreed to this deal is because they get to monitor their citizens and keep their little power. Little do our African presidents realize that their power has been revoked. Their power has been collapsed. We're now in a global government. If they don't sing to the tune of their powers that be, which is a very small, they say 8,500 families or something like that. Some say 120, whatever. If they don't sing to the tune, they'll be quickly replaced. Because if you look at those 8,000 family members, is there one that's black? Is there one that looks like you and me? So I think our presidents sometimes are quite delusional when they think that they're going to get to partake of this global power system or this global power matrix, which may be why they are, agreeing for companies to come in and set up, very toxic internet masks and like monitor everyone and just, try and mash everyone up. But with this police state, what has happened is that the Chinese are moving to Africa in massive numbers. And we've already been told that there's this book by a French author called, something what was it called? It talks about how China, Africa is the second continent of China or something like that. You can see the book right there. Definitely recommend that you take a look at that. I think he may have done an updated edition. But seriously, fam, we need to recognize the nature of the beast, and we need to realize the beast system is not going to come from Babylon. Babylon is falling. Babylon has already exploited and done the worst, done the most to us, and they need to now, they're fighting and haggling amongst themselves. But as they're doing that, the Chinese, the Chinese dragon, I don't even want to call it, it's an insult to dragons, literally. The Chinese dragon has resuscitated itself. It is marching on to like creating or being in control of a global surveillance system. Don't forget, it's the same Chinese that had bugged the African Union for 5 years without us knowing about it. And when Rwanda's Kagame figured it out, he was like, oh, but Africa, we have nothing to hide. So it doesn't matter if they listen to all our information. But basically, and I've shared this story so many times, they were downloading every conversation, every email, every hallway whisper at night and transferring it to a server in China and literally mining that data. So they knew all the deals we had, every plan we had. They knew who were against them. And the danger is now, fam, that China has bought up a lot of media across Africa, and I already shared that. And so even this story of the Chinese, kicking out the Africans, it hasn't gone as viral as it should have across Africa, because a lot of local broadcasting nations in the different countries, who the majority of the poor listen to, have been bought or are being sponsored or are being financed one way or another by China. And I don't know if you remember last year, there was a president, I don't know if it was the president of Zambia or Angola or Namibia, one of those, the Chinese even handed him a speech and said, this is, in fact, Mr. President, this is what you should say. But I was told in Zambia, because I told you guys, Zambia, the president, the Chinese have bought up allegedly the Zambia Broadcasting Corporation and many others. There's 2 Chinese for every 10 Zambians. And, the Zambian president has done that because they get to stay in power. They get to get finance. They get to get money because maybe the West doesn't want to support them anymore. This is how they've always been thinking. They're not so self-sufficient thinkers. And that's how we have to see these presidents, fam. They can't take us into this new world. They can't. They just don't even have the courage. They don't believe in you and I. But the worst thing is, like now in Zambia, I talked a lot about that. And then Zambia, because they owned the Zambian Broadcasting Corporation, this is now my personal experience. Others can share theirs, but this is the personal experience of what I know. And I was actually told this by a very good friend of mine, that when he went to Zambia, Zambians didn't even want to hear anything about the Dr. Mumbi show, because there had been a subtle propaganda campaign against my show and what I had revealed about the Zambia Broadcasting Corporation being taken. So they've slowly done an so no Zambians listen to me anymore. And I'm not even emotional about that, because those who need to be on this ship are on it. But what it makes you realize is how they control the narrative, and how the narrative is everything. China is telling their people a totally different narrative. They are telling their people the same white supremacist narrative that that has been told about us, that we're the ones who are dirty, that we're the ones who are clean, that we're the ones who are animals. Do you see us eating bats? Do you see us eating dogs? And there's a running joke in Africa, like a Chinaman moves to town and all the dogs disappear. Like, not to be racist, but you see, we're too naive. I don't know what it is about us, fam. We're too emotional as Africans. And I'm so glad we're leaving the age of emotion and we're moving into the age of mental thinking. Because maybe then we won't be all trapped up like we have been for so long. Because they got us good with these emotions. They got us good with those emotions in the Piscean age. But watch China, fam, like a hawk. And we also have to now gather together and know that, they can't treat our people like that in China and then come and they're beating our people in Africa. What kind of madness is this? This is the end of that kind of behavior. Mark my words, fam. This is the beginning of the end of the Africa-China relations. You will see this unfold for yourselves. It's over. It's done. Africans were taking our power back. Until next time, fam, don't forget to like and subscribe.